I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record.
The names are on record, but here's what nobody is connecting.
Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching, but you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself.
Jason Lee has been getting threats for years, but now he's got something they can't silence.
And I've done a lot, and I'm not even gonna say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy.
He's been holding back, but not anymore, because Jason Lee just got his hands on new Epstein documents that the DOJ never released. And the footage he found, it's about Beyonce. And he's using it to make her pay for years of being iced out, ignored, and threatened. She's already running from Jay-Z's exposure, but now it's her turn. And Jason Lee made one thing very clear. The DOJ is gatekeeping. They're only releasing what they want us to see. But Jason, he's digging deeper. And Beyonce is absolutely terrified. If you thought Beyonce fleeing to Qatar was just about protecting herself from Jay-Z's fallout, think again. Because what's really happening behind the scenes is way darker than anyone realized. Jason Lee, the man who runs Hollywood Unlocked and has been one of the loudest voices exposing the Epstein files, just dropped a bomb that nobody saw coming, and it involves Beyonce directly. For years, Jason has been vocal about the elite's involvement in disturbing activities. He's called out Jay-Z, Diddy, and countless others without hesitation. But there's always been one person he's danced around, Beyonce, until now, because Jason just revealed that he's got footage, disturbing footage connected to the Epstein network, and it features Beyonce. Now, before we get into what this footage allegedly shows, let's talk about why Jason has it and what he's doing with it. Because this isn't just about exposure anymore. This is about revenge. And Jason Lee is playing a very dangerous game of blackmail. Let's rewind for a second. Do you remember when Beyonce had her Renaissance movie premiere? The entire industry showed up. Red carpet, exclusive invites. The Bayhive was buzzing. But there was one person noticeably absent from that guest list, Jason Lee. Now, for someone like Jason, who has spent years defending Beyonce, hyping up her projects, and using his massive platform to support her, this was a slap in the face. He didn't just brush it off either. He went on his show and made it very clear that he was done playing nice.
And I've done a lot, and I'm not even gonna say it here because if I did, this internet, Beyonce's good internet, would go crazy. I'm gonna tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show, so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
That cryptic threat? It wasn't just for show. Jason was hinting at something big, something he's been sitting on. And now, with the Epstein files exploding across the internet and Jay-Z's name being dragged through the mud, Jason sees his opening. He's not just exposing the industry anymore. He's leveraging what he knows about Beyonce to make her pay attention, to make her fear him. Here's where things get even more sinister. The DOJ recently released a massive dump of Epstein files, right? Names like Jay-Z, Pusha T, Bill Clinton, Naomi Campbell, all of them were in there. The internet went into a frenzy. But Jason Lee made a statement that should have raised way more eyebrows than it did. He said the DOJ is gatekeeping, that the files they released, that's only what they wanted us to see. There are more names, more documents, more footage, and Jason claims he's got access to some of it. Now, how did Jason get his hands on these unreleased documents? That part is murky. Some people speculate he has sources inside the investigation. Others think he's been working with whistleblowers who have access to the full cache of Epstein materials. Either way, Jason is confident enough to go public with this. And the first name he's targeting? Beyonce. According to Jason, there is footage, video evidence, that connects Beyonce to the Epstein network. Now, we don't know exactly what this footage shows. Is it her at one of Epstein's parties? Is it something more incriminating? Jason hasn't released it yet. But the fact that he's openly talking about it and using it as leverage, that tells you everything you need to know about how serious this is. Let's talk about Beyonce's recent behavior. Because if you've been paying attention, she's been acting very suspiciously. When Diddy got arrested back in 2024, where did Beyonce and Jay-Z go? Japan. They stayed there for months. Then, when Diddy was about to be sentenced last year, they fled to Qatar. And now with Jay-Z's name popping up in the Epstein files, Beyonce was reportedly spotted in the Middle East again just 3 days ago, trying to blend in with the locals. But here's the difference this time. Beyonce isn't running with Jay-Z. She's running from him. She's trying to distance herself, to save her own image, because she knows what's coming. And now with Jason Lee sitting on footage that allegedly implicates her directly, she's not just worried about Jay-Z's exposure anymore. She's worried about her own. Since the Epstein files dropped, Beyonce has lost over 10 million followers on Instagram. The NFL unfollowed Jay-Z. Apple Music unfollowed him. Rihanna unfollowed him. The Carters are officially toxic, and Beyonce knows that if Jason releases whatever he's sitting on, she's done. Finished. There's no coming back from that. So what exactly is Jason doing with this footage? Well, according to sources close to the situation, Jason has made it clear to Beyonce's team that he's willing to sit on this information for now. But there's a price. He wants access. He wants acknowledgement. He wants to be treated with the respect he feels he's earned after years of supporting her. This is textbook blackmail. Jason knows that Beyonce's entire brand is built on her pristine image. She's Queen Bey, untouchable, flawless. If footage surfaces that connects her to Epstein's network in any capacity, that image shatters overnight, and Jason knows this. He's using it as leverage. Now, some people might say, if Jason really has this footage, why doesn't he just release it? And that's a fair question. But think about it from Jason's perspective. If he releases it now, he loses his power. Beyonce can deny it, her PR team can spin it, and Jason becomes just another conspiracy theorist screaming into the void. But if he holds it, if he dangles it over her head, that's when he has control. That's when Beyonce has to play ball. And let's not forget, Jason has been getting death threats for years because of his willingness to expose the industry.
Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number.
He's not afraid to put his life on the line, but he's also smart. He knows that if anything happens to him, he's already planted enough seeds that the public will know exactly who to look at.
I am exhausted with people calling me about Jay-Z and Beyonce. You've never called for anything else, and I haven't even said anything about you yet. And yet I'm getting all these calls.
Jason made it clear. He's getting calls, threats, warnings, but he's not backing down. In fact, Hollywood Unlocked is still reporting on the Epstein case daily. He's doubling down, and that should tell you everything about how serious he is. Now, let's zoom out for a second and talk about what Jason said regarding the DOJ. Because this is important. Jason claims that the documents the DOJ released are only a fraction of what exists, that there are more names, more evidence, more footage, and that the DOJ is deliberately withholding it. Why would they do that? Well, think about who's in those files. Politicians, billionaires, A-list celebrities, people with power, people with connections. If the DOJ released everything, it would cause chaos. Lawsuits, investigations, the collapse of entire empires. So they're releasing just enough to satisfy the public's curiosity while protecting the people at the very top. But Jason, he doesn't answer to the DOJ. He doesn't care about protecting the elite, and that's what makes him dangerous. Because if he really does have access to unreleased documents, he can blow the lid off of this entire thing. And Beyonce knows that. Let's talk about Beyonce's recent business moves, because they're very telling. Over the last 2 years, Beyonce has been on an insane product release spree. She launched Ivy Park with Adidas, which, by the way, flopped so hard that Adidas stopped selling it. Then she released Renaissance, then a world tour, then a movie, then a hair care line, then Cowboy Carter, then a perfume line, then a liquor brand. Then she performed at the NFL halftime show, and now she's going on another tour. All of this in just 2 years. Even during Beyonce's prime, she wasn't releasing this much content this fast. So what's the rush? That's the tea. Beyonce knew this was coming. She knew Jay-Z was going to be exposed. She knew their empire was going to crumble. So she's been stockpiling money, getting her assets in order, preparing for the divorce, preparing for the fallout. And now, with Jason Lee sitting on footage that could destroy her too, she's in full panic mode. Because it's not just about Jay-Z anymore. It's about her. Let's not forget what happened when Diddy got arrested. According to industry insider Enta Lawyer, Jay-Z met with 2 lawyers that day, a criminal defense attorney and a divorce attorney. Why would Jay-Z need a divorce attorney? Because Beyonce wanted out. She wanted to distance herself from his mess before it dragged her down too. And Jay-Z was trying to figure out how to protect his assets in case she actually went through with it. But here's the thing, Beyonce didn't go through with it, at least not then. She stayed. Why? Because leaving Jay-Z at that moment would have made her look complicit. It would have raised too many questions. So she played the long game. She waited. And now with the Epstein files out and Jason Lee sitting on even more damaging information, she's finally ready to pull the trigger. And just when you thought things couldn't get worse for Beyonce and Jay-Z, Nicki Minaj and 50 Cent jumped into the fray. Both of them have been relentlessly dragging Jay-Z since the Epstein files dropped. But what's interesting is the timing. Nicki posted an AI image of Jay-Z with a caption accusing him of participating in satanic rituals where they take humans from other countries and and slice them up as a form of sacrifice. She then posted a photo of Jay-Z with 15-year-old Aaliyah and called him a PDF file. 50 Cent, meanwhile, posted lyrics from Jay-Z's song Young Girl / I Really Like You, where Jay brags about dating a 19-year-old when he was 36. Both Nicki and 50 have massive platforms, and both of them are using those platforms to absolutely demolish Jay-Z's reputation. But here's the thing, why are they doing this now? What changed? Some people think Nicki and 50 are working in coordination with Jason Lee, that they're all part of a larger effort to expose the industry. And if that's true, then Beyonce isn't just dealing with Jason. She's dealing with a coordinated attack from multiple fronts. Here's where things get really interesting. Remember Desiree Perez? She's the CEO of Roc Nation. She was arrested for drugs back in the day, but then President Trump pardoned her during his last administration. And what did Nicki Minaj do after that? She went to work with Trump.
President Trump has the most power in Roc Nation right now. They owe President Trump. Now she's untouchable.
People are saying this is Nicki's first time being truly free, that for years she was kept under control by the industry, but now with Trump's backing, she's untouchable. And she's using that freedom to expose the truth. This adds a whole new layer to the story, because if Nicki really is protected by Trump, then she can say whatever she wants without fear of retaliation, and that makes her one of the most dangerous people in this entire saga. Now, here's where the narrative gets murky. Some people are trying to paint Beyonce as a victim in all of this. They're saying she was groomed by Jay-Z, that she was manipulated and prepped by him since she was 16 years old. There's this creepy video that resurfaced where Beyonce tells Jay-Z, "You taught me how to be a woman. You taught me how to live."
You taught me how to be a woman. You taught me how to live. You taught me how to be a friend. You've given me so much in life. And this is not enough. It's not enough I can give you. I just want you to be happy. And every year, I'm even more in love with you. And I want to spend every day of my life with you.
People are saying this is proof that Jay-Z started grooming her before she turned 18. And honestly, the evidence is pretty damning. Jay-Z was 27 when he started dating 16-year-old Beyonce. That's not a relationship, that's predatory behavior. But here's the thing, even if Beyonce was a victim of Jay-Z's manipulation, that doesn't mean she's innocent now. Because if Jason Lee really does have footage of her participating in Epstein-related activities, then she's complicit. She's part of the problem, and the public isn't going to give her a pass just because she was young when it started. Let's quickly recap what's actually in the released Epstein files, because it's bad, really bad. There's an FBI crisis intake report from 2019 where a caller alleges that Jay-Z was present alongside Harvey Weinstein during an incident in 1996. The caller says she woke up in the presence of both men while Weinstein had his fingers inside her. There are emails about blood transfusions from young people to reverse aging. There's talk about adrenochrome, a chemical compound found in the blood when the body is in a fight or flight situation.
All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging.
And then there's Chrissy Teigen, who tweeted about going to a party where they're serving 4-year-old cheese pizza with adrenochrome. And according to FBI code words, cheese stands for little girl and pizza stands for girl.
For years, there has been a long-standing conspiracy theory that Hollywood and the elites harvest the blood of young people and transfuse it in order to reverse age. And now the Epstein files might have revealed that that is in fact true.
This isn't just conspiracy theory nonsense anymore. This is documented. This is in official FBI reports. This is real. And we can't talk about the elite's involvement in this stuff without bringing up Oprah, because her all-girls school in South Africa has been surrounded by controversy since day one. The dorm matron was charged with 13 counts of SA. An infant was found dumped in a student's bag. And according to the late Isaac Cappy, Oprah allegedly built the school to have an endless supply of young people for her rituals.
Oprah is a slave trader. Oprah is a slave trader. Let that sink in. It's 100% true. Oprah Winfrey is a slave trader. Why do you think she has that school in South Africa? Why does she hang out with who she hangs out with? Oprah Winfrey is a slave trader.
Now, Isaac Cappy is dead. He committed suicide shortly after making these allegations, but people aren't buying it. They think he was silenced. And if that's true, then it proves just how deep this goes. So what's Jason's endgame here? What does he actually want from Beyonce? Some people think he just wants recognition, that he wants Beyonce to acknowledge him, invite him to events, treat him with respect. Others think he wants money, that he's willing to bury the footage in exchange for a payout. But I think it's deeper than that. I think Jason wants power. power. He wants to be seen as the person who brought down the industry's biggest names. He wants to be remembered as the one who wasn't afraid to tell the truth, even when it cost him everything. And Beyonce, she's just the first domino. If Jason can successfully leverage this footage to make Beyonce bend, then he can do it to anyone. He becomes untouchable. He becomes the most feared person in Hollywood. So what's Beyonce gonna do? Well, according to insider Storm Monroe, a divorce announcement is coming, and it's gonna be big.
Once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. It's gonna say, oh, the Carters have been separated for some time, they built this beautiful life, blah 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 blah.
But here's the thing, divorcing Jay-Z doesn't protect Beyonce from Jason Lee, because Jason's footage allegedly involves her, not just Jay-Z. So even if she files for divorce tomorrow, she's still vulnerable. She's still exposed, and that's exactly what Jason wants. He wants her scared. He wants her desperate, because when people are desperate, they make mistakes. And when Beyonce makes a mistake, Jason will be there to capitalize on it. The internet, as always, has been going wild with this. People are saying things like, Epstein may be dead, but that kind of evil doesn't die. It's taken over by another. I'm sure someone else is standing in his place, continuing the chaos. A lot of those celebrities who were in the files are the most outspoken about what's going on with ICE right now to try to get positive press and be seen in a positive way. They don't actually care. And honestly, they're not wrong. A lot of the celebrities named in the Epstein files have been very vocal about social justice issues lately, almost like they're trying to rehabilitate their images before the full truth comes out. But the internet isn't buying it. People are done giving these celebrities the benefit of the doubt. They want accountability, they want justice, and they want Jason Lee to release whatever he's sitting on. So is Beyonce really terrified of Jason Lee? I think the answer is yes. She's lost 10 million followers. She's fled the country. She's been releasing products at a breakneck pace to secure her finances. All of this screams panic. And Jason, he's not backing down. He's made it clear that he's willing to expose anyone, regardless of how powerful they are. And with footage that allegedly connects Beyonce to the Epstein network, he's got the ultimate leverage. The question is, will he actually release it, or will Beyonce give him whatever he wants to make this go away? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Beyonce's reign as the untouchable Queen Bey is over, and Jason Lee is the one holding the guillotine. So, what do you think? Is Jason Lee really sitting on damaging footage of Beyonce? Is she going to divorce Jay-Z? And should Jason release what he has, or is he playing a dangerous game that could get him killed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.